Most adults over 60 are told the same thing when it comes to staying active: walk more. And while walking is certainly beneficial, it may not be enough if your legs feel weaker than they used to, your balance seems unsteady, or standing up from a chair takes more effort than before. Many surgeons and physical therapists observe that some older adults walk every day and still experience weakness, stiffness, reduced stability, and concerns about falling. Why does this happen? Because the issue is often not the amount of walking you're doing. It's the physical abilities that walking doesn't fully develop. If your legs become tired easily, stairs seem more challenging, or you find yourself grabbing furniture for support, you're far from alone. For many seniors, the greatest concern isn't simply getting older. It's losing the ability to live independently. When mobility begins to decline, everyday tasks can become more difficult. Confidence often decreases, and people may start avoiding activities they once enjoyed. Research continues to show that strength, balance, and mobility play major roles in healthy aging. The challenge is that walking primarily trains the body in a forward motion. It doesn't fully strengthen every muscle involved in stability, nor does it adequately challenge balance. Healthcare professionals frequently hear comments like, "I walk every day, but my legs still don't feel strong. My balance isn't what it used to be." One major reason is age-related muscle loss. As the years pass, muscle mass naturally declines, making it harder to stand up, climb stairs, and recover from a sudden loss of balance. Another often overlooked factor is prolonged sitting. Even seniors who consider themselves active may spend several hours each day sitting while eating, driving, reading, using a computer, or watching television. Over time, excessive sitting can weaken important muscles around the hips, reduce flexibility, and contribute to balance problems. The body adapts to the activities it performs most often. If much of your day is spent sitting, your body becomes more accustomed to sitting, not balancing, climbing, bending, or reacting quickly when you stumble. Stiffness can also play a significant role. If your first few steps in the morning feel uncomfortable, or if standing after sitting for a while feels difficult, reduced joint mobility may be contributing to the problem. Many older adults assume these changes are simply unavoidable parts of aging. However, mobility specialists often find that specific weaknesses are involved, weaknesses that walking alone may not fully address. Consider Robert, a 72-year-old retiree. He rarely missed his daily morning walk, yet despite his consistency, he noticed his legs felt weaker than before, and he increasingly relied on handrails when using stairs. He believed he was doing everything right. The problem wasn't that walking was harmful. The problem was that walking wasn't targeting the underlying weaknesses affecting his strength and stability. There's another important factor many people fail to recognize. Balance is a skill. Just like strength and flexibility, balance improves when it is practiced regularly. Walking on a smooth, predictable surface doesn't always provide enough challenge to maintain or improve balance. That's why some seniors feel perfectly comfortable walking in a straight line, but become uneasy when navigating uneven ground, stepping off curbs, or turning quickly. So if muscle loss, prolonged sitting, stiffness, and declining balance are all contributing to mobility problems, what can be done? The answer may involve 3 simple surgeon-approved exercises designed to target the weaknesses that walking often overlooks. But before we discuss those exercises, it's important to understand several common mistakes that may be accelerating mobility decline without people even realizing it. Many older adults think daily walking is enough to maintain mobility. But mobility specialists often see a different reality. Walking is helpful, but it doesn't train every skill your body needs. That's why some seniors still struggle with balance, stairs, or leg weakness despite walking regularly. The signs are often small at first. Maybe you hesitate on stairs. Maybe carrying groceries feels harder. Maybe your balance isn't as steady as it used to be. These changes can signal declining strength, balance, and coordination. Doctors often note that many falls happen, not because people don't walk enough, but because their bodies aren't prepared for unexpected situations like a missed step or uneven ground. Walking improves endurance, but strength, stability, and quick reactions are equally important. Another common mistake is focusing only on the legs. Physical therapists explain that strong hips and core muscles are essential for good movement and balance. When these areas weaken, walking becomes less efficient and confidence often drops. Many seniors then start avoiding activities because they feel less steady. Over time, this can create a cycle. Less confidence leads to less movement. Less movement leads to more weakness. More weakness leads to even less confidence. There's another issue many people overlook: being too cautious. While safety is important, avoiding stairs, balance challenges, or certain movements can gradually reduce your ability to perform them. Experts often call this use it or lose it. The movements you practice stay stronger. The ones you avoid become weaker. Take Robert, age 72. He walked every day but still felt less confident. After nearly losing his balance stepping off a curb, he became more hesitant and started avoiding some activities. His biggest concern wasn't the near fall. It was realizing he no longer trusted his body. Fortunately, once Robert understood the real cause of his weakness, he began addressing it directly and saw improvement. Experts also notice that many seniors focus on how much they move, rather than how well they move. You can walk thousands of steps, but if your balance, posture, and strength are declining, walking alone may not solve the problem. That's why quality movement matters. Strength matters, balance matters, and consistency matters. You don't need complicated workouts or expensive equipment. You need targeted exercises that address the hidden weaknesses walking often misses. Next, we'll cover the 3 surgeon-approved exercises that can help improve strength, stability, and independence after 60. Now let's talk about the 3 surgeon-approved exercises that often provide benefits that walking alone cannot provide. Remember, these exercises are not meant to replace walking completely. Instead, they are designed to target the hidden weaknesses that walking frequently misses, which is why many mobility specialists consider them especially valuable for adults over 60. Let's begin with the first exercise, the sit-to-stand exercise. At first glance, it appears incredibly simple, and many seniors underestimate its importance. However, surgeons and physical therapists often consider it one of the most important functional movements for maintaining independence. Think about how many times you stand up during a typical day. You get out of bed, rise from the couch, stand up from a dining chair, and get out of a car. These everyday actions may seem routine, but they rely heavily on specific muscle groups. Now consider this common symptom. Perhaps you've noticed that standing up requires more effort than it used to. Maybe you find yourself rocking back and forth before standing, pushing off with your hands, or searching for something sturdy to hold on to. These changes can be frustrating and may cause many seniors to worry about maintaining their independence. Some become concerned about visiting places with lower chairs, while others quietly wonder whether their strength is gradually disappearing. The hidden cause is often weakness in the thighs, hips, and glutes. These muscles play a major role every time you stand up. Unfortunately, years of sitting and normal age-related muscle loss can weaken them over time. If this weakness continues, everyday tasks can become increasingly difficult. Stairs may feel harder to climb, balance may become less reliable, fatigue may appear more quickly, and the risk of falls may increase. This is where the sit-to-stand exercise becomes valuable. Simply sit in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor. Stand up slowly without using your hands if possible, then sit back down with control. Repeat the movement several times at a pace that feels comfortable. Why is this exercise so effective? Because it directly trains one of the most important movements required for independence. It strengthens muscles that are used every day, improves coordination, and helps your body practice generating power safely. The benefit is not just stronger legs, it is greater confidence when standing up, climbing stairs, and moving through daily life, something walking alone often cannot provide. Now let's move on to exercise number 2, the standing heel raise. This exercise targets a muscle group that many seniors rarely think about, yet it plays a critical role in walking, balance, and fall prevention. Perhaps you've noticed that your walking speed has slowed, that you feel less stable while standing, or that your feet become tired after short periods of activity. These changes can be discouraging. Simple errands may become more exhausting, longer outings may seem less appealing, and confidence may begin to fade. The hidden cause often involves weakening calf muscles. These muscles act like the body's natural shock absorbers, and balance assistance. Every step you take depends on them. However, because modern life involves so much sitting, these muscles may gradually lose strength over time. If the problem continues, walking efficiency can decrease, balance reactions may slow, and mobility may become more limited. The solution is the standing heel raise. Stand behind a sturdy chair or countertop for support. Slowly rise onto your toes, pause briefly, and then lower yourself back down with control. Repeat the movement several times. Although this exercise may look small and simple, don't underestimate its value. Mobility specialists frequently recommend it because it strengthens muscles that support walking, balance, and stability. The benefits include improved lower leg strength, better balance control, and greater confidence during everyday movement. Many seniors are surprised by how much stronger they feel after practicing this exercise consistently. Robert discovered exactly that. After adding simple strengthening exercises to his routine, he noticed encouraging changes. Getting out of chairs became easier, walking felt more stable, and he stopped relying on handrails as often. The biggest change, however, wasn't physical. It was emotional. He trusted his body more. That renewed confidence encouraged him to stay active, and staying active helped reinforce his progress. Now let's discuss the third and perhaps most overlooked exercise, single leg balance practice. This exercise targets something that walking often fails to challenge adequately, balance itself. Perhaps you feel nervous when walking on uneven ground. Maybe turning quickly feels uncomfortable, or perhaps you instinctively reach for nearby furniture while moving around the house. These experiences can have a significant emotional impact. Fear may begin creeping into daily activities, causing you to become more cautious, more hesitant, and less willing to participate in activities you once enjoyed. The hidden cause is often a decline in balance training. Remember, balance is a skill, and like any skill, it improves with practice. If balance continues to decline, the risk of falls can increase, confidence can decrease, and independence may gradually suffer. Fortunately, the solution is surprisingly simple. Stand near a sturdy chair, countertop, or wall. Hold on if needed. Lift one foot slightly off the ground and balance for a few seconds before switching sides. As your confidence improves, you can gradually increase the duration. Always prioritize safety while performing this exercise. This exercise works because it directly trains the body's balance systems. It challenges coordination, improves body awareness, and helps prepare you for the unexpected movements that occur during daily life. The benefits extend far beyond simply standing on one foot. Many seniors report feeling steadier while walking, turning, climbing stairs, and navigating uneven surfaces. That is exactly why mobility specialists often recommend it. Now notice something important. Each of these three exercises addresses a different weakness. The sit-to-stand exercise strengthens the muscles needed for independence. The heel raise strengthens important walking and stability muscles. The single-leg balance exercise trains the balance systems that help prevent falls. Together, these exercises create something that walking alone often cannot provide: a stronger foundation, a more stable body, and greater confidence in everyday movement. However, there is one final lesson that many people overlook, and it may be the reason some seniors succeed while others struggle. We'll talk about that next, along with a surprising discovery that many healthy older adults have in common. The most important lesson is simple: consistency matters. You don't need perfect workouts, expensive equipment, or hours of exercise every day. Many active older adults stay independent because they perform simple movements regularly. Think about Robert. When he noticed his balance and strength declining, he felt worried. But after adding a few targeted exercises to his routine, things improved. He felt steadier, more confident, and more willing to stay active. That's what this is really about. Not fitness, but freedom. The freedom to move confidently, enjoy daily activities, and remain independent. Remember, mobility loss usually happens gradually. The good news is that improvement can happen gradually too. Small efforts, repeated consistently, can lead to better strength, balance, and confidence over time. Always exercise within your comfort level and consult your healthcare provider if you have medical concerns. So, are these exercises better than walking? Not exactly. Walking is valuable, but it doesn't always train strength and balance effectively. That's why experts often recommend combining walking with sit-to-stand exercise, standing heel raise, single leg balance exercise. Together, these exercises help support mobility, stability, and independence. If you found this helpful, like the video, subscribe, and share it with someone who may benefit. Remember, small daily actions can make a big difference over time.